And welcome everyone to another session of Summer Made Easy with ICCA Live. My name's Chef Sergio, and I've got a really cool recipe to share with you guys today. So, do you guys like hamburgers? I'm sure you must love hamburgers. Everyone loves a good hamburger, yeah? So, I'm going to be sharing with you guys one of my favorite hamburgers that I love to make. It's going to be like a Mexican-inspired hamburger, and then I'm going to be making a loaded fries with it, yeah? As we go along, we can decide, maybe how you want to actually create a new hamburger out there. But yeah, we are on all social media platforms, from Instagram to Facebook to YouTube to TikTok. So welcome everyone, as well as our moderators are standing by. If you guys want to get the recipe or you have any questions you'd like to ask me during the session, please write your comments there. It will come up on the screen for me and I can answer them the best that I can. As well as if you want to watch any of our previous sessions that we've done, just join us on live.iccadubai.ae. And over there, you can actually watch all our episodes from all our fantastic faculty that have been, just making so many videos. If I'm not mistaken, there's close on 100 videos there for you guys to actually watch. And a little bit of everything for everyone, yeah? So with that all being said, let's get started on this awesome hamburger that I'm going to be sharing with you guys today. And of course, the loaded fries. So firstly, I'm going to get started with our loaded fries, okay? I'm going to be using the air fryer. I feel it's just a lot more healthier. I've got normal French fries that you get from the freezer, no problem. Pop that in, okay? I'm making a little bit extra because I know people are going to want. So normally with the air fryer and these fries, you're going to put them in between, I would say, 12 to 18 minutes, depending how crispy you want them. I don't want them that crispy. I just want them like par cooked, because then obviously I'm going to be adding a whole bunch of different elements to the dish, which I'll let you know what they are a little bit later. And then that's still going to go into the oven. So if you cook them too much and then throw them into the oven, they're going to be like a bit too crispy, yeah? But it's purely up to you on how you like them. So I'm going to pop this in, switch it on. I'll take it at 180 degrees for, let's say, 15 minutes will be good. Right, so let's talk about patties. When making a patty, a burger patty, depending on what meat you would like to use on there. Some people just, go buy the normal ground beef and they make patties. I prefer having a little bit of a mixture of like chuck in there with a bit of sirloin. That's fine. Normally, I would say 20% fat, 80% meat. It's nice. You do want a little bit of that element of fattiness in your patty, all right? That's what's going to actually give it some beautiful flavor as well. So I have my ground beef, 20-80, 80% fat, 20% meat. What I'm going to be adding to this, all right, is my onions, jalapeno, garlic, coriander, breadcrumbs, egg, cumin, chili powder, salt, and pepper. All right, so there's quite a few elements going in there compared to a traditional burger, which would just be like your onions and Worcestershire sauce, a little bit of ketchup, the egg, the breadcrumbs. That's your basic. So it's purely up to you what you want to add in there. But just keep in mind, when you do make a burger patty, all right, anything that you add in there, like onions, for example, you want to chop your onions up as fine as you can get them, all right? Only because if you cut them too thick and then you mix it in the patty, when you start cooking it, yeah, there's a big possibility that the burger patty could actually break. So you don't want that, all right? Another thing that I want to tell you guys, if you're making patties and you want to keep them for another day, all right, there is a difference. If you're going to be making your patty now, all right, then you can add your raw onion, raw garlic inside, no problem. If you're going to be making your patties with raw garlic, raw onion, and then freezing it and then thawing it later, you have to cook your onion and garlic. That's a very important one, right? Because of the acidity of the onion and the garlic, if you make your burger patties and you leave it for a long time, you have a very big possibility that your meat might actually go a little bit green, all right? And you don't exactly want that. So I know that I'm going to be cooking this here. I'm following the recipe that I have. So I've got 200 grams of my meat. I'm just going to go with my eyes and see how much onion I actually want to throw in there. I'm throwing in quite a bit. depending on the heat level that you want, you throw in your jalapeno. Okay, so yes, I am going Mexican, so I'm going to throw in quite a bit in there. A bit of garlic, I can go in. Yum. Going to throw in my coriander. Right, so tell me, what is the most interesting burger you guys have ever had before? Something crazy. I mean, burgers at the end of the day, there's no one who really owns the burger. At the end of the day, you know, the Germans were, you know, there's stories out there that maybe the Germans were the ones that first introduced it and they took it to America. And then America, from, you know, White Castle to McDonald's, they took it to a new level. But at the end of the day, you know, who actually owns burgers? I would say the Americans have a good hold on that genre. But depending where you're from, you can make whatever burger you want, yeah? So let me know in the comments where you're watching from, and maybe is there a traditional burger that's from your country that the world doesn't know about, right? So let me know about that. So onions in there, jalapeno in there, garlic in there, coriander in there, egg, a little bit of breadcrumbs. I'll add some salt, right? Even when you do make your patty, what you can do is once you're finished with it, take a little piece and actually fry it. Right? Taste it. You can always add salt. You can never take salt out. So that's what I normally like to do. I like to just add just enough seasoning, all right? And then, you know, cook a little piece and see how my flavor profile is. And then depending on that, I can either add more or not. Okay, so I added my cumin, my salt. I'm adding some chili flakes because I'm making this like pretty hot. I'm just going to add all of it. And then just a little pinch of black pepper. Perfect. Right, I am going to keep my breadcrumbs just on the side. My chef assistant, Eliza, thank you. You can take that. Right, so I added some egg in here. Why did I add egg? Egg is going to actually be my binder. All right, so you do normally have to add egg in there. And now what I'm going to do is just get in there and actually smash everything together. And yes, today I'm making a double smash burger. So it's really up to you. Do you want to make it smashed? Do you just want to have one big patty in there? If you do have a bigger patty, it should take a little bit longer to cook. But what you want to do, you just want to get in there, and smash this all up and get all those flavors going and get it absolutely divine. So, do we have where people are watching from yet, icca? Has anyone responded? Where you guys are watching from? Is there an interesting burger that you guys love, or is, you know, your national burger, wherever you might be from? Let me know. I'd love to hear about that. At the end of the day, yes, I've gone Mexican inspired. Is this a Mexican burger? There's probably so many different types of Mexican burgers. Maybe some are actually throwing in, you know, more beans on there or anything. So it really depends. When it comes to burger toppings, there's so much that you can do. And there's so many different varieties of burgers that you can make, you know, from onions to your pickles, to how do you like your onions, to, you know, caramelized, or do you like them crumbed? You know, it's such a, like, I love burgers because you can really do so much with it. There's no rules on what you can or cannot do with a burger. So what you want to do, once you actually have your burger, one way I like to actually teach my students about burgers, roll it up into a ball. And if you hold it like this, and you can do this, and it doesn't just break by itself with little pressure, your burger patty is good. So I've gone with pretty much a good amount of egg and breadcrumbs that even if I hold it like this and I do this, it's not breaking. So that means it's good. You also don't want to add too much breadcrumbs, right? Or else you do get this like too bready kind of flavor. So we have viewers from the UK, Malaysia, Uganda, Ethiopia, Algeria, India, Berlin. Welcome, Berlin. Algeria, Pakistan, South Africa, UAE, Oman. Wow, there's a whole bunch of you guys watching from all over of the world. Thank you guys for really joining in. It's always a pleasure, you know, sharing some knowledge with you guys. So now that I've got my burger patties, I would suggest, depending on the size of your roll, that's, you decide what size of your burger patty should be. I'm making a double, so I'm going to make it between 80 and 100 grams, right? So I got my burger patty one there. Just say, if you really want to see, once it's going to be smashed, it's going to be pretty much that size. So does that actually fit over your burger? I'm happy with that size, so I'm just going to roll it into a ball again, because I'm going to show you guys exactly how to make a smash burger. Awesome. So that's burger number one. I can pop that over there. Right, Icca, has anyone told me what's their favorite burger, or is there any burger from wherever that's traditional? No? Right, so is that enough? I think that's enough. You know what, if I had a little bit more, I'd be cheeky and just make a triple burger. But, you know what, let me actually just add a little bit extra in here. Why not? It's not going to kill anyone. Right, so tell me, do you guys like cheese in your burger? And if you like cheese, what sort of cheese do you guys like? Today, I'm going to be using pepper jack, which is actually a beautiful cheese for burger. Right, and now that is my 2 patties done. So, Elise, you can take that. We'll fry that one a little bit later. That can go away. Let me give this a quick little spot clean. Okay, do we have any questions, Icca? Anything? Nothing? Okay, for those that have just joined us, welcome. I'm making a double smash Mexican burger, inspired burger, all right? If you've also just joined us and it's your first time, we are live every single day, right? So if you have missed many of the sessions, just go on to live.iccadubai.ie. Not IE, AE. And yeah, you can rewatch all our sessions from our whole faculty. And yeah, there's so many videos, enough for everyone out there. And yeah, you can just rewatch them. And if you guys have any questions, please, our moderators are by. Ask us questions, gladly answer you guys. As well as if you do want the recipe, let us know, we'll get that sent to you. Okay, so burger patties are done. Let's start with one element that I'm going to do. I'm going to be making the slaw now, all right? So, very easy. Thank you. I just need that bowl. So, I was thinking to myself, what should I make? I was either going to make like a bean curd, kind of like a bean per se kind of sauce to go with it, or I wanted to go with the slaw. Okay, I'm going to go with like a slaw, which coleslaw is a bit Dutch, no doubt. But you know what? This is my burger and I'm doing what I want to do with it. So at the end of the day, I'm just going to be making a slaw from white cabbage, purple cabbage. I'm going to throw some onions in there, all right, for the crunchiness. I'm going to throw quite a bit of jalapeno, little bit of lemon juice, and then some chipotle mayo. So it's a bit Dutch, Mexican inspired, yeah, and that's going to go in my burger. So that's definitely going to give like a beautiful crunch to it. Right, so I have my purple cabbage. That will go in. How much longer? I've got 4 minutes on there. That's perfect. Okay, don't need that much. Purple cabbage, some white cabbage. I mean, if you want to throw some carrots in there, go for it. No hard feelings. Throw some onions in there. Perfect. The fun, coriander and jalapeno. That I'm throwing all of it inside. Right? And then I'm going to be throwing in my chipotle mayo. Right, so there are different brands of chipotle mayo out there. Some are very, very hot and some are like just nice. If you want to make it a little bit hotter, you go for it. No worries. Okay, I'm just going to throw just a touch of lemon juice. And then let me see how far this gets me. Right, I'd rather just get in there with my hands. But let's not get too messy. Mix that all away. Yeah, give it a nice little coating. Right, another thing that I do want to also tell you, if you're going to be making like a slaw like this, and you're going to be making it and you're going to be serving it a little bit later, right? What I do suggest is with your cabbage, throw a little bit of salt on there. Cabbage retains a lot of water. So when you add the salt, it's going to release that water, all right? So like if I go leave this for the next 45 minutes to 1 hour, eventually, because of the acidity of the mayonnaise and everything else inside here, it might get a bit watery. So to prevent that, put a little bit of salt over your cabbage, yeah? Let it sit, let the water release, give it a rinse, pat it down with the towel, and then add your mayonnaise, and your coleslaw actually lasts a lot longer. Right, so I've got a question. Why are you using 80-20 beef mince for this burger? As I said, if you don't use so much like an 80-20, that's like the worldwide standard, all right? You do need fat in your burger, all right? That's what's going to add flavor to it. That's what's going to actually make it cook nicely and actually bind it all together. So if you just go fully lean, you can, but it becomes not so juicy, right? You need that fat for that beautiful juicy flavor and texture to the burger. So definitely 80-20 for beef, chicken, 85-15, lamb, 70-30. That's like the standard worldwide. Another question. Can Instagram viewer ask, do you get that deep crust without overcooking the beef? Do you get that deep crust without overcooking the beef? Yeah, so at the end of the day, when you do cook your patty, your pan should be at around 180 degrees Celsius. All right, so having a hot pan will give a beautiful sear. That's what you want. And of course, being a smash burger as well, I'm smashing it into the pan. So definitely giving it a little bit of that pressure really does help as well. And obviously finishing it in the oven and not turning your patty too early is also a big difference. Okay, can we use a leaner beef or will it make the burger dry? As I said before, it will make the burger dry. Right, so my chips are ready. I'll just leave that there. Can this recipe work with chicken mince? Absolutely, definitely. Even if you want to use fish and you want to make a fish burger, go for it. Exactly the same. And as I said before, many times, a recipe is just a recipe. I mean, I use recipes as guidelines, to be completely honest with you. If I said in the recipe, put 20 grams of chopped onion, and you want to add 40, go ahead. It's absolutely fine, yeah? A recipe should just be like a guideline. If you want to add more chili, go for it. You want to add more onion, go for it. You want to add more garlic, go for it. No one's going to shoot you for doing that, yeah? Right, one last question. Can we make a pizza dough as a pizza burger? You know what? I've seen some crazy things. Look up traditional Jamaican burger. It's something similar to that. It's like a burger calzone, if you were to say. So, I was looking at it. It was either I was going to go Mexican or Jamaican. I decided to go Mexican. Maybe next week I'll do a Jamaican burger for you guys and actually show you this, that you can actually not use bread, but you can use a pastry as the background. So that's what the traditional Jamaican burger out there, they actually have like a pastry, like a pizza dough per se, and they fold it over the beef and the cheese and all of it, and then they bake it into the oven. So yes, you can definitely do that. The viewer wants to know, where am I from? France or South Africa? So traditionally, I am from a small island called Madeira. So it's a small island off the coast of Portugal. And then at a very young age, I moved to South Africa and I did my education and my chef schooling in South Africa, hence my accent. And then, I've been around and I've been in the UAE now for the past 8 years. So no French in me, unfortunately, more Portuguese. Why, do I sound French, guys? No? I don't think I sound French. Okay. Anyway, but I can cook good French food. So don't worry. We got a new series coming up soon, which you guys are going to be hearing about. And it's going to be awesome because we're really going to be targeting so many different countries. I won't, release it just yet, but I know that a lot of French cooking is coming your way from my side. So the French will come out in me over there. Right, so I've got my bun, I've got my burger, I've got my slaw. One more thing I'm going to do now, okay? I'm going to be making jalapeno mayo. Yum. Okay, I have already made some guacamole. No problem. Guacamole, I'm sure everyone has made a guacamole in their life. Very basic guacamole. Just smashed up avocado, a little bit of lemon juice, salt, pepper, coriander. That's all I've put in there, and I've smashed everything together. Yeah, so that I'll just put on the side. So I've got my mayo, and I have my jalapeno. Very easy. I'm just going to make a little bit. So yes, there's a lot of jalapeno happening in today's recipe. I don't need that much, but I'm going to make a bit because I am actually going to be making some for the crew after. So I'm going to be smashing all of this in here. Right, and even the juice of the jalapeno, put that in. Right, that can go away. Thank you. And I'll just give this a little mix. Elise, could you just bring me a little salt and pepper, please? Right, mix that up. Thank you. Right, if you want to add a little bit of lemon juice in here, you may as well. Just a little salt. A little pepper. Done. Give that a little mix. And a lot of my elements are actually coming together now. Right, so tell me, has anyone told me what burgers they like? No? No one interested? Okay. Let me ask you another question. Who likes fruit in their burgers? Do you guys like peaches in your burger? Or have you ever had pineapple in your burger? Yeah, it's something like, when it comes to burger, guys, you can actually just have so much fun with it. Like, for example, I wanted to do a Jamaican burger for you guys. And in my Jamaican burger, what I wanted to do for you guys was actually roast pineapple and put the pineapple in there. And I was going to do a chicken burger. So you know what, I actually might just do this for you guys. Please, can I grab the tray for the chips? Yeah, that one. Right, so I might actually just do a Jamaican burger for you guys. So off the top of my head, I'm thinking like a jerk chicken sort of style with grilled pineapple and like a mango salad on the side with, you know, some tomatoes and all of that. I think that could actually be quite yum. Right, so now I'm sure with the camera, you guys can actually see that my chips are still soft, right? Crispy on the ends, but not overcooked, all right? Because it's still going to go into the oven. So all I'm going to do now, I'm just going to take some, right? And I'm just going to pop them on this tray. Okay, I'm going a bit too much, but it's okay. I think that's a little bit sufficient. Yeah, that's enough before I overkill it. Right, so now let's have some fun with this. Melissa, can I please have that tray? So now for the loaded fries, I'm going to go still very much Mexican inspired. So I'm going to make a pico de gallo. All right, so pico de gallo traditionally would be onions, jalapeno, coriander, tomato, salt and pepper. Right, you can give that all a good mix and then put it on. Right, that's your basic. So the recipe is out there for you. I'm just going to be spreading them around everywhere as much as I like. So I'm not making the actual pico de gallo like this. I'm just going to be throwing those elements over. Am I using fresh jalapenos? I'm not. I'm using it from the pickled jalapeno. I like the taste of it. But if you do want, of course, you can use fresh as well. Someone said cheese hamburger. Everyone loves a cheese hamburger. Mushroom Swiss cheeseburger. Very good. Barbecue burger. Buffalo chicken burger. Yum. Those all sound absolutely amazing. But now when I want you to think about it, oh, I see someone's writing a really good one there. Truffle mushroom burger. Hell yeah. Right, truffle burger for me, I would smash so badly. I think I might actually be doing a series on hamburgers now. Hamburgers with loaded fries, because now My mouth is actually watering thinking of a mushroom truffle burger, and they're making like a mushroom truffle loaded fries. Smashing that together, I think that would actually be yum. Monique on TikTok says, grilled pineapple burger is really flavorful. He is Jamaican. Very good. So Monique, is she Jamaican or is she calling me a Jamaican? She's Jamaican. So Monique, am I right by saying that one of your traditional burgers is actually wrapped in a pastry? Let us know there in the comments. I'd love to know. It's what I saw online, but maybe I'm being lied to. Cool. So what we're going to do now, let's make our loaded fries. I've got my fries. Of course, add a little bit of seasoning. Don't go too crazy. Salt. A little bit of pepper. Move this away. Right. I've got some smoked paprika. Right. Smoked paprika is going to go over for some flavor. Don't go crazy. There's a lot of flavors that are going to happen here. But you do want to season your French fries. Done. Perfect. Right. Now for the fun style. Chipotle mayo. That's going to go over. All right. Do you guys know how to make mayonnaise? Let me know. Yes or no. Some of you might be shocked in what is in actually mayonnaise. All right. So you might be asking, why am I putting sauce on now first? At the end of the day, mayonnaise is oil. All right. With egg. So this is what's going to keep it nice and juicy. Yeah. Okay. What I like doing, I like throwing just a little bit of cheese first. Right. So it mixes with that mayo. So I've got some beautiful mozzarella. Right. Just a little bit. And I'm going to throw just a little bit of cheddar just for that sharp little flavor. All right. So it's like building, when you make a load of fries, think about it as you're building a pizza. Yeah, exactly the same. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to take some onions, throw some onions on there. So pretty much the chips are going to disappear. Some onion, throw some tomatoes. Oh yeah. Yum. Star of the show, some more jalapeno, which I'm not going to be shy over there. I'm actually making a fat boy one here, right? I'm going to throw just a little bit of crispy bacon just to be cheeky. Just a little. Some people might say, oh, that's just a little. Yeah, my little. Right? And then I'm going to be adding some more cheese on top. Righty. What you can also do, which I wanted to actually do for you guys, but I'll leave it for the next episode, is I want you to melt the cheese in a pan, fry everything up, and then actually pour the sauce over for you guys, over the chips. So I might just do that in my next episode. Right, and throw a little bit more cheese on top. So that is what you call a monster loaded fries. Definitely. Right. And I'll just throw just a little bit of coriander. I'll keep the coriander here just for a little bit garnish at the end. And then this can all go. Gracias. And then this is going to go straight into the oven, yeah? I suggest maybe 180 degrees for about 10 minutes. Should be good, depending on how much cheese you actually want to be like nicely just toasted a little bit or completely actually cooked. So follow me over to this side. I've already got a preheated oven. This is going to go inside. Oven closed. And are you going? Should be going. Is it working? It's going. Okay. Yeah. We'll check on it in the next like 10 minutes. Right. So I hope everyone is with me still. For those that have just joined, once again, I'm making a smash burger, Mexican inspired. Remember that, our moderators are standing by. So, if you've got any questions or any queries or anything, don't worry, just holler at us and we shall reply. For anyone that has just joined us and this is your first time, We are on every single day from Monday to Friday. All the faculty get a chance to come on and showcase some of their favorite recipes. Just visit us at live.icca.dubai.ae, right? For me, it's like my kryptonite saying that, but I'm going to get it, okay? It's getting there. So visit us over there. We've created a fantastic platform for all of you to actually go on there, and you can rewatch every single episode that our faculty have actually done. Right, lots of viewers asking how to make the chipotle mayo. Right, so chipotle mayo at the end is actually just like a chili mayo. All right, it's much easier to just buy it. All right, but if you do want to make it from scratch, of course you have to, you can just make like a chili mayo. It's pretty much chipotle. Chipotle at the end of the day is a special chili that's actually out there, which actually makes it chipotle mayo. But yeah, you just buy the chipotle chili, chop it up, turn it into a bit of an oil, mix it in with your egg, and you can make your mayo. But easiest, just buy it, and you're absolutely fine. Right, so now that I have my pan on, I've got a beautiful sesame roll. All I want to do now is I just want to give my roll just a little bit of a toast. All right, either you can use butter, or what I simply like to do, I just take just a little bit of olive oil. Right? Of course, butter works. Brush a little bit of butter on there, no problem. I always like using a little bit of olive oil. Get on there. And I just want to give this just a little toast. Yeah? Okay, just a little. Pop that on. And give that a nice little toast. Right. Pass me that tray over there. Thank you. All right, so just let me see if my chips are actually going. Oh yeah. Wow, it's almost already there. Let me know in about 5 minutes I've got to take the chips out before I actually burn them. Or you know what I can actually do? I'm actually just going to stop it and I'll just let it chill for now. All right, so how's this going? Let's pump it up a little bit. Make sure you don't burn it. Right, what I have over here, right, I have just some greaseproof paper. All I'm going to do, once my patties are actually done, I'm going to put my greaseproof paper on my patty, and then I'm going to smash it inside the pan. All right, you do get these beautiful burger weights out there as well, which are actually very, very cool. Because they actually make the patty nice and round. Sometimes when you use something square, you get more of a rustic kind of feel to it, which I don't really mind, and that's what I'm going to go for. But this is the do-it-yourself way. Right, so bread is almost there. You can give the bread just a little go. Elisa, you know what I actually forgot to get, which can actually make presentation cool? Can you maybe just go to Lakpa and ask him, I need 2 skewers, please, for my burger. Right, so beautifully nice and toasted. If you want a little bit more, you can go a little bit more. No problem. Right. I think that one is actually quite nice. Nice and crispy. This one, I'll just go just a little bit more. You want to burn it as well. A little bit there, 3-4 more seconds. Right, so remember, if you want to re-watch any of the episodes from any of the faculty here at ICCA, Monday to Friday, do visit us on live.iccadubai.ae, and you can re-watch everyone, yeah? Okay, so now, I'm going to be making a smash burger, the fun parts. Don't want to have it too hot, right? What I'm going to be doing, take your burger. If you want to smash it down just a little bit, you can already, but very easily, pop it down, pop this on, yeah? Take something like this and smash. Very good. Right, and there it becomes a bit smashed. Okay, they're actually quite big. Or, if you don't want to do that, you can just smash it down yourself, right, and give it more of that round shape, if you do want to do that, right? And then you can actually put it on and you can smash it up a little bit more. Okay, either way, it's going to work. I prefer the second way, work better for me. Right, that can go away. Now just give me, thank you. Okay, so now we're going to cook this up a little bit. Just remember that I am still going to pop this into the oven, okay? So if you need a little bit more oil, throw a little in there. Now, be a little bit careful when you do flip your burgers. Anytime that you do have something like this, you never flip towards you, especially if there's oil, yeah? If you flip towards you, you've got a chance that the oil is going to splatter and you're going to get covered in oil. So always flip away from you or flip to the side. Okay, so be a little bit careful there. Okay, I'm really going to flip this. Nice. This one went on just a few seconds afterwards, so I'll just give it a little bit more time there. Right. Elise, can you do me a favor, please? And just give me the cheese. Right. Let's flip this one now. Nice and beautiful. I'm sure you guys can actually see that. So I prefer the method I did on the second one. Yeah, I think it's a lot prettier. It's a lot more round. This one sort of broke a little bit over there, but it's all good. It's all going to work out at the end. Right, so what I'm going to do now, decide which one is your bottom, which one is your top. I'm going to go with the big one, and I'm going to throw a nice piece of cheese on there for now. If you want as well, what you can do, you can always pop, 2 pieces of cheese in there, and you actually cover it with a lid, right, or a bowl, and the heat in there will actually cook your cheese off and actually melt it. Or you can do what I'm going to do, and I'm going to throw it straight in the oven and just cook it out a little bit more. Right. So, yeah, I'm going to take that out now. So, my burgers are done. Boom. I'm going to take that off and pop that straight over there. That is done. And now, I've got most of it, and I can already start actually building my burger. So, let me actually take out my loaded fries. Wow, that looks absolutely divine. Perfectly, and it didn't take so long to actually cook, yeah? So it's something you can make for the kids, and they will actually love it. Right, so I'm going to take my burger patty for now, and I'm going to smash this in here. Right, I'm going to press start. Starting, good. Let that go for a little bit and just melt that cheese off. And now I can actually start building my burger. This is where it actually gets to the fun parts. So, always remember when building a burger, which one is your bottom and which one is your top? It's happened to me before at home that I built my burger and then all of a sudden I go like this and oops, my bottom is my top. So always just remember where's where. When building a burger as well, right, I see this a lot in many establishments. If you are using lettuce, they put the lettuce at the bottom. And then they go put a hot patty on top of the lettuce. I'm sure all of you have seen this. It sort of irritates me a little bit because there's like no knowledge of why would you put something hot on top of lettuce. Right? Let me know if this has ever happened to you guys. The burger gets to you to your table and the lettuce has all gone all wilted. So if you are going to put lettuce on the burger, I always suggest put it on top of your burger. So it's actually still nice and crunchy. It just makes sense, yeah? So for me today, of course, I have some guacamole. I'm going to think properly. Guacamole, I'm going to put on top of my burger bun, but on the lid, all right? So I'm not going to put it at the bottom and then put something hot on top of my guacamole. That doesn't really make sense to me, yeah? So I'm just going to take a little bit of guac, and I'm going to throw it just everywhere. You can put how much you want to make. I have made a little bit of extra because I do have a few to make after this because it's going to be banging, right? So I've got some guac on the lid parts. I'm going to take some jalapeno mayo and put that at the bottom. That's absolutely fine, just a little. Yum. Just for some juiciness. Right, that can go away. And then, if you really want, you can be cheeky and you can throw a little bit of chipotle mayo if you really want on there. But I'm sure this is done now. Yum. Cheese has melted beautifully. Right. Gonna take that, pop that on that. Beauty. And then, even if I want,